Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new and you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing by clicking on that red subscription button down below. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of these uploads. Well, in the last episode, I looked at the review of episode 3 of The Real Housewives of Durban season 2. And in this video, we'll be looking at episode 4 of The Real Housewives of Durban season 2. On last episode, the ladies waited for the host at the black tie event, and they waited for hours and ages, but the host was nowhere to be found. And the worst thing is that the ladies did not know who the host was. To an extent that appetizers were served, but still the host was nowhere to be found and had not arrived at that time. So episode 4 kickstarts with the black tie event, where it continues from the previous episode, and the ladies were still waiting, and finally the host arrives. Guess who arrived, guys? Tobile. She arrived with she showed up with her husband, Mr. Mselegu. She tried to apologize for late coming, but the ladies weren't having it in their conventions, especially Londi and Lakonko. They were not pleased by this late coming. Londi, on her confessions, went on and mentioned that she was underwhelmed because she had waited for so long. The wait was too much for the ladies. So it seems like Tobile and Lakonko met at Mayene's wedding. That's where their first encounter was. Tobile then introduces herself to the ladies that she is moving on to Umhlanga, which is a town there at Durban. She is hoping that the ladies will help her get to know the place better through them and maybe probably make friends from them, which we hope to see. And looking at the fact that Tobile says she just moved on to Umhlanga, we are hoping to see her renovating her new house if need be, and how she will decor it. We hope that they will show us all that. Hopefully, we're not sure about that. It went on, then she sparked a conversation that she can only see each husband with one wife. We know she's from a polygamous marriage, so she may be expected that she will find people who are from the same state as her. So she says, marrying a black man, one should expect that their husband will have a second wife in the future. But Anne wasn't having it. Also with the other ladies, they were not subscribing to that. Mr. Mtombeni then goes on to say that it's the nature of the man. He wishes Vivian was there. Vivian is Sorisha's husband, but he wasn't at that dinner table. So Musa went on to say that he wished that he was there. We don't know why he wished for that. Throughout the episode, we get to know why he said that comment. We then saw Nonku insisting that one wife is enough for a man. She went on to say a comment that really did not come across well with the ladies, and that did not sit well with the ladies. But Mr. Mtombeni was contesting on polygamy in that table, really. And then we went on to see Anne was not happy with the fact that Zulu, or rather, most of the people in that table were communicating in Zulu. Remember, it's in Durban, so mostly the language that dominates is Zulu. And hence, in that table, mostly it was Zulu that was communicated. And the ladies were communicating in Zulu mostly, and Anne did not sit well with Anne, because she feels like they should have accommodated non-Zulu speakers, which I agree with her to a certain extent. And we hope that she learns the Zulu so that she can be able to understand this. And remember, from the first season, we also Lassie hosting an event where she invited only Zulu-speaking ladies, and she did not include some of the ladies because she thought of the language barrier, which nonetheless, guys, let's talk about Sorisha's house. Yes, we saw it from the previous season, but still we can't stop adoring and complimenting her house. It's such a beauty. We know Sorisha has a pack of dogs, guys, but did anyone realize their T marks have embroidery of the dogs? I guess she really loves them. Nonetheless, we saw Sorisha and her husband having tea and a chat on their marriage, and it's really adorable to see that. Guys, it's really adorable to see these ladies, some of these ladies' marriages, they are really blossoming and look good. Sorisha learns that her husband knows Mr. Musamseleko. They had once met, they know each other, and she makes it clear that she doesn't subscribe to polygamy. Mabusi, Londi, and Lakonko meet, and Lassie introduces these two ladies to each other. Mabusi apparently knows Londi's husband. Then we went on to see Londi and Lassie expressing how disappointed they were for waiting for so long in the black tie event, where Tobile showed up late, really late, with her husband. And it seems like these two ladies did not expect that Tobile would show up. They expected more because looking at the fact that they had waited for so long. Then Lassie informs the ladies she knows Mayeni, and the first time she met Tobile, it was at Mayeni's wedding, and Tobile was really vibey and friendly. But when she met her for the second time, it was in an interview where she says and alleges that she went cold on her. I really hope these two should meet up and iron things out and sort things out, really. On another scene, Tobile and Bilo, her daughter, are on a spa date. She wants to know if her daughter is dating and how she feels about dating. But apparently, Bilo tells her that she is a horrible communicator and she finds dating boring. She briefs her about the black tie event of what really happened there. We further went on to see Sorisha as she is redoing her bathroom and / toilet. So she says her husband wants them to have two toilets, a his and hers. Well, these people have money and they can afford, so that's good for them. She is chatting with her friends and she invites them to an event she is planning, which is a Halloween party. And in another scene, we see Jojo. Jojo, guys, and her husband Kelvin, they are so adorable. They brief up on what happened at the black tie event, and their conclusion was that they really do not subscribe to polygamy, and also ironed out a comment that was said by Nonku during that event. Tobile visits Sorisha at her adorable house for a chat after the dinner. They trying to clear the air. They get along well because Tobile admits she also loves dogs. So is Sorisha. So Sorisha knew Tobile before, but she didn't know that she was the one hosting the black tie event. Tobile tells Sorisha that Lakonko knows her, or rather they know each other from the second wife's wedding where they met. Sorisha and Tobile seems to be getting along, and we hope that they really revolve their friendship. We further saw Jojo meeting up with Nonku for a quiet biking ride. Remember, the two had argued previously on the black tie event or dinner table, and in which Nonku said certain comments that Jojo did not subscribe to. Nonku goes on to tell Jojo about her leaving her alleged abusive marriage, and Jojo allegedly confides on Nonku that she allegedly went through the same or similar experience before. She alleged that she went through the similar experience before she got married to her adorable husband of now. Her experience, really, from what she told of her story, it was really painful to hear that and really sad to hear that. But nonetheless, we say that we learn from our experiences, and we hope that she is in a good space right now. Really is the experiences, the hardships that we go through that really help us through to be who we become, really. Annie and Londi and Nonku meet up, but before Nonku arrived, Annie and Londi were saying out stuff of what really happened there, and Annie continues to feel like she was excluded at that black tie event because she did not understood the communication, which mostly people were communicating in Zulu. Like I said before, Anne did not understand Zulu and she felt she was excluded, so she confides to Londi. Londi tells Anne that she met Mabusi lately, and all she told her was she knows her man. Allegedly, she knows her man from the streets. Girl, you don't tell people you know their men from the streets. That really did not sit well with Londi, and she took offense of it. Though she did not say that to Mabusi, and hopefully those iron up things and clear the air and she can move on from that. But really, I did not subscribe to Mabusi's comment on what she said. Nonku shows up with her mom at that event, really, and it became another story, guys, because things did not go well in that meeting, really. Nonku went on to say that there was a big elephant in the house, and between those four ladies, I think that regards to Annie's comment she once said from the second episode about Nonku's mom on what she said from the Spring Has Sprung event. That conversation seems like it's not over yet from Nonku's perspective, and Londi stands with Anne on what, and they say that Nonku's mom, or rather the Queen's comment at the Spring Has Sprung event, did not sit well with them. I think the ladies just wanted an apology from the Queen, but things did not go accordingly, and the ladies ended up arguing. That was Anne and Nonku, really. They went on to argue with each other, and to an extent that really the episode ended up between the ladies arguing with each other. And because the Queen was saying she did not say anything wrong, that argument went on until the episode ended, where Nonku and Anne were telling each other that they were not really friends and all that. So we hope that in the next episode, these two will be able to finish up their argument or unresolved issues. And we can't wait to see the 5th episode, which is coming up on Thursday next week. And hopefully we'll see more from Tobile, as she's the new housewife we just met right now. We hope to see more content from her, and hope to see her meeting with the other ladies on one-on-one, really, and see how it goes. And that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of these uploads. And if you really like this video, I'll appreciate it if you do like it, share it, and even do leave your comments down below. I really appreciate your interaction with you guys. As from me, bye for now.